Let's see how much reading we get done before work today. We are starting day 23 of our 30 books in 30 days challenge. I wanted to give some reading updates, some brief star ratings, and talk about my plan for reading today. The last book I told you all about was It Lasts Forever and Then It's Over by Ann DeMarkin, which I really ended up not loving. There were some really beautiful sentences in that book, but I just did not understand it. But I'm glad I scratched the itch. Then I read Automatic Noodle by Annalee Newitz. The first half of the book did not do it for me. It picked up quite a bit in the second half, but by the conclusion of the story, I really was not invested in this robot-operated noodle shop. So unfortunately, that was a 2-star read for me. I then picked up Orbital by Samantha Harvey, which kind of similar to It Lasts Forever and Then It's Over, had some really beautiful passages that I appreciated, but I did not appreciate the overall narrative. To me, it almost felt like a story about a space journey for the sake of writing a story about a space journey. It just didn't land for me. And honestly, because I gave that book 2 stars as well, it really begs the question of, is it the book's fault or is it my fault? So we pivoted to something way less cerebral. I started Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood and finished it in the same day while I was making crochet bookmarks. And I gave that little novella 4 stars. It was a very cute accidental roommates to lovers situation, which sounds like a ridiculous premise, and it is, but the characters were quite endearing, so I allowed it. 4 stars. Over the weekend, I traveled to Long Island, and then I was in the city for BookCon, and then I came back to Philly Sunday night, so it was very, very busy, but I had a lot of time in the car. So I listened to Spectacular Things by Beck Dorey-Stein, and that really saved the week for me. That was a 5-star read. It's a beautiful story about sisterhood and soccer and sacrifice. I absolutely loved it. Sunday night on my drive back from Long Island to Philly, I started I Want to Die, But I Also Want to Eat Tteokbokki by Baek Si-hee. And I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but again, there were parts of that narrative that I really enjoyed, but the overall story really didn't land for me. It follows the author's mental health journey, and really there's not a ton of change throughout the book in the way that she thinks or the way that her life is set up. And that's very realistic, and I certainly appreciate that. But as a reader, I think the lesson I took from it was sometimes things don't change and you have to hang on anyway, which is valuable, but just not novel to me. I decided after that book, I wanted something a little more cute, cozy, easy breezy. So I picked up Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagasawa. I'm maybe halfway through it now, and I'm really liking it. It's just about a woman who's going through a rough time. She goes through a pretty serious and embarrassing breakup and decides to go live with her uncle in his bookstore. And it just kind of follows her journey in learning to open up to people again after being betrayed so strongly and so publicly. Thus far, it's at least feeling like 3 stars to me, thank goodness, because last week was just hard with the books. But we will see how much reading I get done before work today. Let me know how your reading has been going this week, and I will see you all when the sun comes up. Happy reading. Cheers. And we're back. I got to about 70% in Days at the Murasaki Bookshop. I'm really liking where this is going. We're getting a little bit of like a family secret mystery going on that our main character is doing some digging into. Let me know how much reading you got done today, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Thanks for watching. Bye.